5 and welcome to Shared Reading for Monday. Now I'm going to keep Shared Reading pretty similar to last week because we're actually now really thinking about how we can transfer our reading and what we're learning in reading to be able to be successful in our writing with our ebooks. So we're going to have a look at ebooks again in those digital texts, and we're going to really focus around what is the purpose, what is our audience, what are the features and structure and all of those things. And the goal basically for you guys is to think about how can I use what Mrs. Darby is showing me and what authors do, and how can I transfer that to my writing. So I really need you to tune in, and your thinking process needs to be not just, oh, that's an informative text, but, oh, I like that feature, I could use that in my ebook. Oh, okay, so that's how you do a contents page, or that's how you organize the layout. So I want you to be thinking about those things as we go through our ebook today. So our learning intention is that we're learning to select, navigate, and read digital text in order to locate and summarize relevant information. To be successful, we need to be able to have a very clear understanding to be able to identify the purpose of the text. And today we're going to explore and navigate the digital text and its features, because you need to be thinking about these features and applying that to your own writing. So let's jump into our text. So we're going into Epic again today, and I'm doing the book that, if I just close from that, one of the books that have been assigned to you in your Epic, and we're going to assign another one to you for your shared reading activity this week. But I'm just going to click on this one because I really like the features that this one actually provides. So again, we're going into that biomes because the purpose of an informative, so this text is informing us. And the purpose of creating a book on a topic like this is to inform their audience. But it's not just about informing. That's a really important aspect, but it's also so much more than that. It's about engaging the audience. It's about helping the audience easily navigate the text. It's about providing features that make it easy for them to find information. So informing is one part of it, but the purpose is also making sure that it's easy for the audience to read. It's engaging them. It's providing information through text and images and all those different things. So you just need to make sure that we're thinking about those things as well. So let's have a look at this text so we know what the purpose is, and let's have a look at some of its features. Now, this here kind of looks a little bit like a contents page, but it's not. What this text is doing, which is pretty cool, is it's actually giving a little bit of an overview, and they've called it a brief. So I know straight away as a reader that the information I'm going to find in this text is going to be about these different biomes. I'm going to find some information about coniferous forests, deciduous forests, temperate grasslands, tropical savannas, mountains, deserts, tropical rainforest, oceans, tundras. So straight away, that very first page, I can look at that and go, yes, this is the book for me. This is where I'm going to be able to find information about a topic that I need to know. So it's not really a contents page. It's not giving me page numbers. It's not doing any of those things to show me where I need to go. But it's just giving me a little bit of an overview of what I'm going to find in this text. Another thing that I can see on this page here that the author has used to try and engage is kind of using a little bit like a comic strip. So trying to do that imaginative kind of side of things to match the informative, which is really quite a clever technique. So we've got the character here saying, grab your exploring gear, we're going on an adventure. And the other character going, awesome, I'm in, where are we going? We've got the Amazon rainforest, Mount Everest, the African savanna, and that's just for starters. Wow, are we going hunting for treasure? Indeed, there will be treasure. Learning about Earth's amazing biomes. Oh, I was hoping for gold, but that sounds cool too. So this is a really cool little the thing that the author's doing, and I know that from reading this text that it actually happens throughout. But it's just a little thing, a little kind of touch that they've done to engage their audience, which is telling me that their audience is mostly based at children or young children around your age, even year 6, even probably year 4. Probably not so much when you get into high school. I think when you start getting into high school, they're a bit like, oh, that's not really engaging me. So they're really trying to use those features to target a specific audience. Now, as I keep going, some things that I'm noticing some, some of these headings up the top here that is really giving me some information that I know that this book is going to be about biomes. I can see here that on this page they've got a glossary. So they didn't call it a glossary, they called it words to know. And they're actually giving that information that these are important words you need to know throughout this chapter, this part of the text. They've got did you knows, so some interesting little facts about biomes. So this one is talking about the prefix eco comes from the Greek word oikos, meaning house. Eco refers to environments or habitats. For example, ecology is the study of the relationship between living things in their environment. Ecologists study ecology. And then it's just talking about what other words do you know that contain eco. So it's really pulling you in and engaging you in that. Another thing I really like here is like this little quote here that's in green. So they've used different colors, they've changed the text, they've made it bold. So it's making that text really stand out. So an ecosystem works the same way. All the living and non-living things in it depend on one another. So that's a really interesting feature that they've used there. They've actually got some images, really simple images too. They're not crowding the page, but we've got just a world map because we know we're talking about the Earth's biome. So it's actually, the image is relevant to the information. And we've even got some images about a different type of biome. But not only that, is that they've actually got a caption that's actually matching the image. And that's important because I could look at that image of a desert and go, oh, it's just a desert. But in fact, it's Death Valley, a desert that stretches across California and Nevada and is home to many different plants and animals that depend on each other for survival in harsh conditions. So that's really important for me to know about this image that I'm looking at. Let's keep on going. Here we go. We've got that little comic strip coming back in that's engaging me and giving me a little bit of an understanding around what's going on. We've got a different kind of caption here. This one's not really a caption actually. It's actually kind of an activity or a task because it says here, explore the world map to discover where Earth's major biomes are located. Notice how one biome rolls into another. So it's actually getting me to do something with the image. So it's not just, oh, here's a picture of a map and I've got the key down here. So I have to do a lot of work as a reader to really interpret what this is saying because I've got all of these different colors and I've got the oceans and I've got that equator and I've got the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn. So I've got all of those things on there. So I have to do a lot of thinking as a reader to interpret what's going on, as well as they're actually inviting me to go and explore it, to look at it, to find out some of those different bits of information. I can see even down here, we've got some page numbers. So that's really another good text feature that we can have too. And I wonder why. I wonder why they're giving us page numbers. All right, what else do we have here? Some other text features I can see. I can see these bold words, obviously they're important words, or topic specific words. So in terms of providing an informative text, you're actually giving them technical words based on the topic that you're presenting. So, if I was doing an informative text on space, am I going to see words in there like species and adapted and circumnavigate? No, I'm not. So these are actually topic specific words for this topic or this information that I'm reading about, which is biomes. And I've noticed that these words to know are on every page. So every page, they're really supporting me as a reader to understand what I'm reading. And I know that as a reader, I can also click on those and it will tell me, well, I didn't want to do that. I want to click on it. And I can actually get it to read it to me.
Climate.
So it's unpacking. So these are really great text features. Another really interesting text feature here are these QR codes. And it's giving me some information. So the variety of biomes on Earth is pretty impressive. You can get a sense of the scope and beauty of our planet in this video. So it's telling me straight away that I can scan that QR code and it's going to give me a video. So that's another really interesting feature that's engaging their audience. Again, over here, we've got some ideas in talking about science practices and what they do in order to understand and to research these different biomes, and it's talking about keeping science journals and things like that. We've got some really cool activities. So they're actually engaging us in some activities that we could be doing in connection to the topic. So some really, really good things that this text is actually doing to help me understand the information. I even see here, like, we've got these those headings and that information. When I go to a new chapter, I've got a whole new heading. Then I've got those subheadings. I've still got those did you knows. I pretty much have pictures or images on every single page based on the information that page is providing me. So that's really important. One thing I'm noticing too is the layout. And that layout also is really important to help me navigate the text. So it's got those subheadings, but it's also where the image is, where the information is, how the information is organized. These are really important things that this author has thought about. So as I go through, I'm just going to scan through to the end. Here we go, because I just want to have a look at one of these other last few features that it's got. And that is, here we go, this glossary. So all of those words that were in bold, they've actually put into a glossary at the end. So that's really important too. So I don't just have to go to that part of the text. I can go here. And the next part, there's some other websites that I could even go to. So if I wanted to find out some more information, they've actually given me some different places that I can go to. And the last one here is the index. So those page numbers are really important, not only if we had a contents page, but also if we had an index. So the index is telling me what pages I can go to find out that information. So if we flick back to our success criteria, so we've been able to very clearly identify the purpose of this text, but we've also been able to explore and navigate the text features that this text provides. And this one provided heaps. So I really want you to think about what you're doing with that, with your text that you're making in your ebook for writing later on, and really think about how those text features can be used in your own ebook. Now, I am just going to stop this video here, and I'm going to create another one showing you what you need to do for your literacy contract, but I'll add that link onto where the tasks are.